Let's get you in tune with this one. It was a 120 start from the friendly confines. Rockies, Cubs, let's get after it. Game 2 of a 3-game tilt, bottom of the first. Ian Happ, see the ball, hit the ball. It's worth 2 bags. Nico Horner, what does he do? Climbs on that horse and he crosses home plate.
Yeah, he scores runs is what he does.
He does.
Right. He got a good jump on that ball and an outstanding piece of hitting by Ian Happ, a cutter that did not get to where he wanted it to. And then all of a sudden the Cubs had a 1-0 lead after 1.
Absolutely. But in the top of the second, Luis Diaz singles to center. Chris Bryant scores. So Marcus Stroman, his pitches didn't look as crisp as usual. That would allow the game to be squared at 1 apiece. But 2 batters later, runners on first and second. This is very un-Marcus Stroman-like. A wild pitch, Joe?
Yeah, and it's a pitch that Yan Gomes is capable of blocking.
Okay.
And to me, it looked like it fooled him. It was a bad read is what it was. He didn't think it was going to be in the dirt, and all of a sudden they're up 2-1. And now it's 3-1 with this double in the gap. So you look at Marcus Stroman, he had a 1-0 lead, and you come back in the second, and you have lost that lead.
Yeah, it would have been nice to get Brenton Doyle out at second base. Either way, Rockies in front 3-1. Nico looking to do some woodworking right here. Sack fly to right field. Miles Mastroboni. We talked about it on Cubs Live. He's been coming into his own lately.
He's played extremely well.
Ooh, come
what
on.
do you always say, right? Chip away.
That's chip away. Yeah, absolutely. Miles Mastroboni, he was the chisel. We saw Nico. He was the hammer in that scenario. 6 frame. Let's go. Yan Gomes. Can't go anywhere if you don't have gas money, Joe.
Yeah, Yan Gomes has come up big in a lot of these situations. This is a big double to tie it up in the 6th inning. And the Cubs were only 1 for 11 with runners in scoring position today, but they found a way to score 6 runs because of some ABC baseball. Get him over, get him in.
That's right, and we said when Yan Gomes was looking to stretch right there, we said, don't get thrown out at second. Don't get thrown out at second. Javier Assad coming in and replacing Marcus Stroman, Charlie Blackmon, see you later. Nolan Jones, same for you. Ryan McMahon, you feel like pulling the trigger? No. Diaz. Same fate for him. Then Brenton Doyle.
Nasty.
Oh, Joe. And this stuff right here, someone get it some medicine.
Yeah, 6 strikeouts in 4 innings. He only gave up the 2 hits. And there's that nasty comeback sinker again. And Javier Assad, to me, was the most valuable player today.
Absolutely.
Because he gave him a chance to come back and get the lead.
Yeah, you see that fire and desire. That is next level. And then after 3 consecutive walks, Cody Bellinger, useful at bat, a sac fly, PCA. Well, he's always on rollerblades. The dude can fly.
Yeah, he can score easy on that. And a good approach by Cody Bellinger to go the other way and drive it in. And then you go to the 8th inning and got a little hairy again.
That's right, a little bumpy, a rough patch. Julian Merriweather, Doyle, see you later. And then Charlie Blackmon, as we showed you right off the top of the program after stuffing those sacks. Merriweather, slide piece. Dierte Kama-Joseph.
You know what I love about this? You see Julian having to cover his ear with his glove because it's so loud in Wrigley Field.
Oh boy, it was rocking.
As a player, you love it.
And then guess what? It just got louder right there, Joe. Christopher Morel, number 25. Yes.
Well, we talked about in the pregame, he hadn't hit a homer in a couple days.
That's right, so he was due.
He was due.
Well, I leaned on you on that one.
Little slider, right? Not a lot of break, and he loves that slider that doesn't have a lot of break. Look at the boys, they're happy.
It goes far. You know one thing that I really love to see after Christopher Morel went deep, Alexander Canario patted him on the back, and he had batting gloves on. The back elbow pad was ready to go. My man was ready to hit, and so was Nico. More insurance. Let's get it, Miles. Come on down, Buttercake.
Yeah, Miles has been on base a ton the last 7 games, and a good base hit for Nico Horner. 6-3 is always a better feeling than 5.
Leading here with 2
We call him Buttercake because they hold it down at Mastro's. And then Ryan McMahon, last chance for Colorado. That's a no-fly zone. Pete Armstrong, he let him know it.
You know what? That's a glide.
It is.
He glides to the ball, and it's almost like when it's hit, he knows exactly where it's going to be at, where it's going to come down. And that's the great ability to read the baseball off the bat. And not every player has that. It's a gift, and he's really got it.
And PCA, would you say he's Jones-esque?
Yes.
Or Griffey-esque?
You know, I think there's a lot of people that come to mind. Griffey's one kid that comes to mind. Jim Edmonds. Could always run to where the ball was going to be at and ran with his head down and then looked up and put his glove up. So he's got a little bit of both because he's extremely athletic and he gets great reads.